Just finished House of the Dragons, episode 8. And it's kind of bittersweet. It's very, very sad because at the end of it all, it's gonna end. You wish that it could end on a high note that it did, but it doesn't. So there's a petition for Rhaenyra and her family not to ascend to the throne. Basically, petition left and right. Who should ascend to the throne? Rhaenyra should step down from the throne. Things like that. So, to defend her title, Rhaenyra and Daemon, who are now married, go back to King's Landing to get this sorted out. The king, in the meantime, is very, very ill. It seems his condition, from what the actor Paddy Constantine, I believe that's his name, says, it is a form of leprosy. And it's gotten pretty grim. As the episode continues, you have the princess, the queen that never was. Her brother-in-law is trying to ascend to the throne because he feels that it is his right because her husband has died. Her husband, it's been 6 years. The time jump is 6 years later after the events of episode 7. So Rhaenyra and the queen that never was are kind of bickering, that she's like, get real, let's get real. Your children are not Valyrian. That's, they're not Valyrian. Let's get it through your stick skull. Rhaenyra decides to betroth her sons to her granddaughters, to Daemon's daughters, Leela's daughters. At first, she's like, oh, you could do what you want, generous offer, or it could be that first one. You can bargain with me all you want, it ain't gonna happen. When the petitions happen, the High Towers have sort of like gone to, instead of doing the dragons, they're doing the stars, in which like the 7 gods, 7 authorities, 7th star authority, something like that. And things have changed a lot, and the High Towers are kind of serving as regionals, while the king is, in pain, bedridden. Well, as the petition starts, things like that, the king, and it's pretty epic, it's awesome, he's going in, I'm not going to let this condition stop me from being king. My daughter needs me. I'm going to defend her because I picked her. Not on a whim. I picked her. So it's epic how he goes in. He's trying to get up the stairs. He's telling people, I got this. And then his brother, Daemon, comes to the rescue to help him out because he drops the crown and he's heading up the stairs. So he comes out and he goes, what is this petition? Didn't I say this is affirmed? This is what I chose. If you don't like it, okay, fine. But I chose this. And the queen that never was comes out and in front of everybody accepts the offer that Rhaenyra had given her earlier. The High Towers aren't happy about that because not only is the houses, the House of Valyrian and the House of Targaryen now strong, but it also, they have more ground with other kingdoms and can easily ascend to the throne very well. It's more set in stone. And he says, I reaffirm that my daughter is my second, and she will ascend to the Iron Throne when I am dead. The brother isn't too keen on that. He basically berates Rhaenyra in front of everyone and goes, they are bastards, and she is a whore. Before the king, because the king made it very clear, anyone who says that, shit again, I will cut their tongues out. He's about to remove his tongue, but Daemon goes and slices the guy's head off. He goes, he could keep his tongue. So he's dead, which I thought that was pretty cool at the same time. And then you had the dinner scene, and, everyone's quiet, it's all awkward, and, the king basically says, I want this to stop. Can we just stop this bickering? Can you guys do this? If not for the sake of the crown, but for me. I'm not going to be here much longer, blah, blah, blah. and he takes off his mask to show how much his condition has worsened, And they give toasts to one another, but of course, Aegon, what happened was, it's kind of funny because earlier in the episode, Aegon had taken advantage of a servant girl, and the servant girl told the mother, Alicent Hightower, what had happened. She goes, "I believe you, but no one else will, because no one else saw it, blah blah blah. And anyways, keep your mouth shut if you don't want attention to be brought up to you." Then pays her, goes, "For your troubles," then gives her tea so that way she doesn't have any kids, No regrets, to eliminate the regrets. And Alicent basically grills Aegon, "Who the hell are you? What were you, thinking? What the fuck were you thinking? You are no son of mine." And Aegon goes to this pity, goes, "I did everything. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing's never good for you or Dad, blah, blah, blah." Dude, like, he's like the new Joffrey, everyone's saying. He's the new Joffrey. And quite frankly, I agree. He's like Joffrey in Game of Thrones, the Game of Thrones Joffrey. Yeah, well, back to the dinner scene, he starts mocking Chase, like, "You know what you gotta do, right? You know what you have to do?" And then he tells, like, his cousin, "Hey, if you ever get tired of him or don't feel satisfied, you know who to call." And then there's a fight between the boys because, Aeon, the younger brother of Aegon, calls. It's kind of weird. Can anyone tell me why he calls them nephews? Because they're the only thing I can think of is, like, yes, that's the grandchildren, but then again, wouldn't Rhaenyra's? I don't know, because Rhaenyra is the daughter of the king, meaning her children will be his grandsons. And then, yeah, I get it. I gave me a bit. They're the half brothers. Aegon and Jaehaerys and the daughters are half brothers of Rhaenyra, therefore that is nephews. Okay, there we go. That took me a bit to figure out what that was, but yeah, okay. He kept on calling them nephews. I'm like, why? And it took me a bit. Oh, they're the half siblings of Rhaenyra. Okay, had a brain fart there, but yeah. So they end up fighting, things like that amongst themselves, and it's kind of sad because before then everything seemed fine. They're giving toast tribulations to everyone. It seems like Rhaenyra and Alicent may have, buried the hatchet. Yes, we're mothers. Yes, we will fight for our children, and we have more in common than we've come out to say. But it's kind of sad because at the end of the day, that's all going to change. And in the end of the episode, our king dies. But yeah, what do you expect? I mean, every family reunion has some issues, some turmoil, bad blood. Yeah, that's it for this episode's recap. I mean, that's what happened in the story. I don't know how much to say, but yeah, that'll go. Yeah, that is episode 8 recap for House of the Dragons. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe out there.